the cooking competition shows on TV. Feels like they've come up with every idea and every possible way they could do it. But they're overlooking some of the most creative chefs on the planet. And those are chefs that are behind bars. Limited ingredients. This is not like one of those Top Chef challenges. I mean, these are guys that have the stuff at the commissary to work with, things they can smuggle in. And that's it. They got to figure out ways to make stuff edible because the food they serve there is not good. So they got to figure out how do we take things, some of the stuff we keep, maybe grab a few things, and then you could become like your cell block's Ratatouille.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the woman who killed her mom and then served time in prison and is now out and is TikTok famous, she has been getting a lot of attention for some of the prison recipes that she's been sharing. Just one of the most recent ones was actually not food, it was a drink. It was her version of a Red Bull, and it was made from Folgers instant coffee, Hawaiian Punch Kool-Aid, strawberry Fanta, and crushed Jolly Ranchers. And people all over TikTok are trying it and saying
probably
it's great.
I mean, look, the prisoners have figured out a way to turn a lot of things into other things. For instance, they'll use candy to, they don't have makeup there, but a lot of the female prisoners want to feel pretty, so they use fake up.
Yeah, she's doing prison makeup tutorials,
they
too.
Can turn Skittles into lipstick, and I think they can use coffee grounds as eyeshadow. I mean, these are very...
Well, you know a lot about the prison makeup, huh?
Listen, they got to
I can't go out tonight. I don't have my lip gloss.
That was me behind bars. So, there you go.
That's me behind bars.
We got a lot of people on the phone now.
I don't have my crushed Skittles.
That have served time. We're going to pick 3 of our favorite, at least in theory, bring them in here and have a good old-fashioned ex-con prison cook-off on Friday. And the best part about it is we'll bring in maybe some celebrity judges to taste test the food. We'll maybe learn a new recipe. And if you ever get locked away, even right now you could be an upstanding citizen. You don't think prison's in your future, but maybe you get accused of a crime you didn't commit. And you end up behind bars, you got to figure out how to eat while you're there.
Yeah, or if you're just somebody who wants a good hack for a cheap meal. Because the other thing is these are all very cost-effective recipes, and you can make them at home, and some of these taste amazing.
Want to talk to Kaylee. We'll make our way up and down these phone lines and find out what you were in for and what is the meal that you perfected. Kaylee, you spent some time locked up?
I did.
What was your crime?
Fraud.
Oh, what kind of fraud would you do?
Just corporate fraud.
Oh,
corporate
I don't want to
fraud.
get into too much detail.
Is it still is it still an open case or no? I mean, it's already been closed and you served your time.
No, I've served my time and it's closed. But
yeah, you don't want to get into specifics.
There's other things that I didn't get caught for, basically. So
Oh, cool.
great. Okay.
Oh, I like this. And how much time did you spend?
the last time, 2 years.
2 years.
and there were other times?
Yes. For the same thing.
So how much time total have you spent behind bars?
Unfortunately, a lot. Probably like a good 4 or 5 years.
Okay. And in that time, you have figured out a recipe that you believe is your staple, like what you're known for. Like everyone's like, we got to get Kaylee to make her go to whatever it is.
Yeah. I used to make orange chicken.
Oh,
It was really easy, really simple, but you made it with chicharrones, like the pork rinds.
Yes.
And grape jelly, and then lemonade powder, and then the top ramen, and then if you wanted to add like jalapenos and then a little bit of the ramen seasoning packet if you wanted it spicier or not. But I didn't believe it.
Where does the chicken come in?
Oh, there's no chicken out.
Well, it's the pork rind, but it tastes like orange chicken. It's really
I
weird.
see.
And also, where does the orange come in? Because I heard grape jelly, so I'm confused.
I know. I didn't believe it either until I tried it when someone made it for me. But I know it sounds weird, but for some reason, the grape jelly and the lemonade powder, when you mix it with the pork rinds, it tastes like orange chicken. Like
Whoa.
See, here's what's
Really
amazing.
weird.
There's someone in L.A. right now, because I think they just gave away Michelin stars recently to a couple new chefs, right? And they're probably not thinking like this. And these are the most highly acclaimed chefs on the planet.
Yeah, they're using oranges to make orange chicken.
She's mixing lemonade powder and grape jelly
and
pork rinds. I mean, it's genius right now. No one is
love it.
Giving, and this dish is something that you perfected over the years. And now, do you eat it still on the outside? Now that you could have whatever you want, do you still eat it?
I do actually sometimes. But you know what's weird is you can't get the same ingredients. Like it's like, for some reason, like the jelly that they had in prison, it's like you can't find it. It only comes on commissary.
Whoa.
So so a lot of things that are come on commissary you can't get on the out. Like there's these chips called shebangs, and they're the best chips in the entire world, and you can only get them in jail or prison.
Damn, that's
shebangs.
so... Oh.
We did meet a guy the last time we tried to do this, and he was the supplier to the commissary. And he
I remember
did give
that.
us access to their catalog, and it was a bunch of brands I've never heard of before. A lot of stuff you could only get in prison. A lot of flavors, varieties of honey buns that you don't see out there in the real world.
So if we were able to get as close as possible to your recipe list, would you be able to make this for us?
I would.
Okay. All right, hold on one second. That's Kaylee. Kaylee makes what she believes is a world-class orange chicken. How would you heat that up, by the way? That was something you do in your cell?
Well, just hot water or in like our hot pot.
Okay, you're allowed to have a
it's
hot
like
pot.
a little, yeah.
You never made this in the toilet?
No. That's gross.
That's gross.
We only wash clothes in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not gross.
Right. We get it straight,
Yeah.
guys. All right, that's Kaylee.
You got to separate all of
That
it.
could be a contestant here. Let me say hi to Lewis, who's got a recipe that he believes will win this thing. Hey, Lewis.
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing
good.
over there?
What were you locked up for?
Assault.
Okay. Did the person deserve it, or?
Of course, everybody deserves to get the fault.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding.
What is the recipe that you perfected while you spent time behind bars?
Dorito tamales.
Okay, do tell, explain.
Dorito tamales.
Now
those
I'm
things are
interested.
good.
Very on trend, by the way.
This Doritos restaurant. This
It's a
wasn't on the
restaurant opening
recipe.
in Crypto, a whole Doritos restaurant. How do you make the Doritos tamales?
Well, Dorito tamales, well, you get the Dorito bags, you crunch them up, you add a little bit of water. Sometimes you used to bring chicken out of the kitchen, and you just stuff it up with chicken. You put some noodles, a seasoning in it, and you wrap it up, and you squish it, you let it sit for a while, let it dry out, and boom, you got yourself a nice Dorito tamale.
A lot of chefs don't use the word "squish it" in their
Squish it and let it sit.
in their ingredients, but I like how you've explained this now. So, and you would make this on a regular basis?
A regular basis, people used to line up for these Doritos.
And what would you
tamales.
trade? Like, would you able to use that then as currency behind bars, where someone would say, "Hey, I'll give you a pack of cigarettes or a fifi. You give me some Doritos tamales."
I'll make my own fifi, but yeah, we used to trade all the time. But yeah, just trade, and usually just trade for like more noodles, candy bars, nutty bars, stuff like that.
And is this something you've made on the outside as well?
Yeah, of course. This is something you can't stay away from. It's just like that one girl was saying, certain ingredients you can't get.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you try to make it, and yeah, for sure, I still make it now.
You think it tastes
I make it for
better?
my kids
It tasted
right now.
better on the inside though than it does on the outside.
Well, yeah, of course, but it's still good. I mean, it's delicious.
All right, I'm interested in this. Hold on one second. That's Lewis. Lewis has a recipe that he claims will win this thing. It's his own Doritos tamale. The secret ingredient is the squishing.
And sitting.
Let's say hi to Logan now. Logan, how long did you spend incarcerated?
Hey, Sweet Divots, everybody.
Sweet Divots.
So I was incarcerated for a little bit more than 3 months, and it was in L.A. County Jail, Twin Towers, which is basically like prison on steroids. It's a nightmare. Can't get anything inside. But I met a lot of really interesting chefs that happened to be there for a multitude of reasons. And one of the things, so we actually had a 2-course meal, one that consisted of a dinner and a dessert.
And one
so-
that consisted of an ass pounding.
Is that dessert or
It's always,
amuse-bouche?
it's always the dessert. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What is the second course?
So the second course is, so we had a dinner and dessert. The dinner consists of 2 to 5 packs of the ramen instant noodles. You combine them all together into a giant rucksack. They have these plastic bags. You soak it in, they don't really have hot water, so regular cold water. Let it sit for about 4 to 5 hours until it inflates and the noodles become, I would say, 3 to 4 times the size that they are regularly. So very, very puffy noodles, which are delicious. What you do is you take your credit cards, because they have little cards in there for commissary. You slice up some hard-boiled eggs into tiny little chunks like you would have in fried rice.
Already love the fact that he's talking about the process, using his commissary card as the knife.
Yeah.
As the knife, because you need your actual knives for shivving in case you get into a fight in there.
Okay,
So
yeah.
he uses the credit card then to cut up the egg. This is a lot of skill. Go ahead. Logan, I'm into the recipe so far. What's next?
Okay. And also the knives are, typically stored in the keister, so not easy access. So that's why we use the cards.
Right.
And basically what you do is you slice up your eggs. You get some breakfast sausage, which you get once a week. You save it. Slice that into little tiny hot dog-ish chunks. You let it sit in this marinated bag for overnight, essentially. And then once it comes out, you add the ramen flavor packets. And here's where it gets delicious. You take a giant bag of flaming hot Cheetos and you pulverize it. You turn it into dust. I mean, like dust. And as it comes out, you sprinkle the hot Cheetos dust on top of the spread, is what we call it. And it soaks into the big puffy noodles from the ramen, and it actually becomes flaming hot ramen, egg, and sausage delight.
Okay,
And
all right.
That sounds great.
All right, hold on. I'm convinced this guy knows what he's doing.
That is a very detailed, but I can totally visualize it.
It's also interesting. We've had 3 very different styles of food. They all have similar commissary access.
We have a traditional spread.
Traditional spread, right? You got the Doritos, tamales, and then you got the orange chicken using grape jelly, which I never would have thought of. I mean, there's a million more people on the phone now. Lance, just out of curiosity, what was your go-to prison feast that you would make?
So my go-to actually got stolen right now. Mine would be the sweet and sour pork with the pork rinds with rice.
That's all.
Great recipe.
That's it. You don't have a backup recipe? No one told us sweet and sour pork rinds.
Recipe. I'm going to do breakfast burritos.
How do you do those behind bars?
So what I do is I break my hot pot and I make it into a frying pan, and I get eggs from the kitchen, and I'll go ahead and fry those, and then I'm gonna put those in the burrito, and I'm gonna get a summer sausage. I'm gonna cut the summer sausage up, put that in there, fry it, and then you can get bacon, and you throw that in there with some cheese. And then you fry the tortillas up on the pan.
How do you get access to all that?
Yeah,
is that all,
seems like a lot of stuff you wouldn't be able to get.
Is that stolen from the kitchen?
You can get bacon from the commissary. You can get the eggs from the kitchen, and then you get the cheese from the kitchen.
So basically, you just have to work in the kitchen.
Not at Twin Towers, you're not getting that stuff, right? Logan, that guy's not getting that stuff at Twin Towers, is he? Hold on, where's Logan? Logan, right? No way.
Yeah, that guy's full of S. He's there's no way you're getting all that stuff unless you're working in the kitchen.
Do you think if we bring all the prisoners in here, Allie, it will turn into a brawl here in the studio if they're all in here and they're all making fun of each other's recipes and stuff?
I would think that we would all be a little more civil.
No, I hope not.
You want them to tear each other apart for the best recipe?
Listen, we will continue to hear your submissions throughout the day. You can also find us on the Instagram at Klein Alley Show. We'll pick our 3 favorites. They'll come in on Friday.
Wow.
The ex-con cook-off is back in a big way. We'll tell you about the big prize we have in store for you and more. But first, some Hosier on KROQ. Thanks for helping this clip go viral. Clearly, based on the counter below, we're almost there.
Oh, God. Yes, that is viral.
You really got to share this with some people, please. Seriously, please. We don't want to get real jobs.
Don't make us beg, but that's what we're already doing.
Yeah. So, we do these videos from time to time. You can check it out. And believe it or not, there's a complete show. These videos are the worst of the show. You want the best of the show? Check us out on KROQ every single day. We're also available on your apps as a podcast to accommodate your schedule, or we'll be juggling at a gas station near you soon.